So here we are once again, ladies and gentlemen, with yet another video. Welcome back to the channel, speaking about British politics. I know this might be a world record for me for covering it so much in a short amount of time. Now, these videos unfortunately do appeal to a smaller group of people who do watch the channel. So if you could, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video, helps it get pushed out in the algorithm. Leave your comments down below about everything we're going to be speaking about. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Share this video. But in this episode today, we're going to be talking about Rishi Sunak delivering a speech that has got underneath the skin of liberals within the country, probably across the UK, and the more I think about it, across the world. Recently, we just had the Conservative Party conference. Now, this is where Conservatives get a chance to state their ideas and policies for the year coming. This will also be probably the last one we have before a general election. So this was really a chance to tell everyone how they're going to pull the country back out of this mess we're in, because let's be honest, we're not in the greatest of states now, and that is sad to say. You never really want to say that at all about the place you're living in. Funnily enough, the people who say they're going to come in and fix all the issues, etc., 90% of the time created the issues in the very first place. It's a weird dynamic, isn't it? However, the speech Rishi Sunak delivered seemed like, for the first time in a long time, by the Conservative Party, conservative values were being preached. I know, what a shocker. And some common sense was also spoken, and when you speak common sense, that's when, strangely, things get heated. Here are a few things that Rishi Sunak spoke about, and I want you to tell me which one has caused all the controversy. Gender and family, tough on crime, the smoking ban, tax cuts, benefits crackdown, and stop the boats. Now, yeah, I'll say the smoking ban is causing a lot of controversy because people don't know how that's going to affect the country, how is it going to work, what's going to happen moving forward. But yes, I'm sure most of you have guessed the right answer. Gender and family, because as we know, it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from, you simply cannot speak the truth on such matters. The Telegraph go on to report the Prime Minister has sometimes seemed reluctant to get stuck into culture war issues, but he shrugged off those inhibitions for what was the punchiest part of his address. Mr. Sunak fired up the audience when he insisted that voters must not be bullied into believing that people can be any sex they want to be. His remarks on gender drew the loudest applause of the afternoon and followed an announcement that trans women will be banned from female-only hospital wards. He said, "We shouldn't be bullied into believing that people can be any sex they want to be. They can't. A man is a man and a woman is a woman." Wow, that's just common sense. It shouldn't be controversial for parents to know what their children are being taught in schools about relationships. Patients should know when hospitals are talking about men or women. Mr. Sunak also spoke about the importance of families, saying that the Conservatives should never be afraid to champion its importance to a stable society. Yeah, and you can see why that gained a huge applause. It's crazy we've reached that point where saying something just like that, which is common sense, gets the applause. Right, that's how crazy things have gotten. But people for so long have wanted to hear this government, a conservative government, talk about family values, especially, right, keeping families together in a society, because interestingly as well, we've reached a point where saying those very things offends a lot of people. But when I hear Rishi Sunak say these things, you know, and I see who he's aligned himself with in the past, who he does align himself with, people over at Davos who don't actually care about family values, is he just saying these things so people cheer him? And let's be honest, all of these issues we're seeing with the culture war, a very important issue. Leftist liberals shrug it off like it's nothing. Oh, they shouldn't be talking about this. This is all they've got left. But it is a very important thing. But let's be honest, all of these issues we're seeing have happened underneath a conservative government. They've been in for, what, 13 years? It's not like somebody else has been in and now they've come in and said, we're going to fix it. It's happened underneath them. Maybe some of them are realizing, hey, look, we need to step in here and actually be a conservative party. Who knows? But here is, nonetheless, something probably all of you are waiting on the edge of your seats for, the controversial part of Rishi Sunak's speech that is sending a lot of the country into a meltdown. Take a watch.
And it also shouldn't be controversial for parents to know what their children are being taught in school about relationships. Patients should know when hospitals are talking about men or women. And we shouldn't get bullied. And we shouldn't get bullied into believing that people can be any sex they want to be. They can't. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. That's just common sense.
Yeah, just saying that now is controversial, and I almost have to stop myself laughing here because I'm just replaying some of the responses I've seen on social media, and there are genuinely people out there in this country who think Rishi Sunak has broken the law by saying, hey, look, stop, please. This is how much woke ideology has ingrained itself into society. But referring back to that article I was reading out before I showed you that controversial clip, I'm sure most of you picked up on the fact that men identifying as women will not be allowed any longer into female-only wards in hospitals, which is great news, right? Again, strangely, this is being met with so much backlash by liberals and female liberals as well, which clearly that just shows everybody they don't care about women's rights, women's safety as much as they say they do. And those things, women's safety and women feeling comfortable, is an important issue. Women deserve to be in a hospital or female ward surrounded by only women. That is common sense. We also have the health secretary, however, Steve Barclay, who has started to reverse some of the woke language that is being used within the NHS. Return of common sense. Anti-woke campaigners praise pledge to end gender-neutral language in NHS and stop trans women from using female-only wards as Steve Barclay vows to protect women's dignity. Women's rights campaigners and health experts today welcome Steve Barclay's commitment to fight wokery and restore common sense in the NHS. The health secretary detailed the move in a speech at the Tory party conference as he slammed the unacceptable use of gender-neutral language on advice pages for female-only conditions like cervical cancer. Sex-specific language has now also been fully restored on offending health sections as a result of his intervention, he announced. Mr. Barclay also boasted that he stopped the NHS from ordering staff to declare pronouns to each new patient. Trans-inclusive terms like chest feeding and birthing person have crept into usage within hospitals and medical settings over the past few years despite backlash from campaigners and health experts. Outside the conference hall, Mr. Barclay added, "We need a common sense approach to sex and equality issues in the NHS. That is why today I'm announcing proposals for clearer rights for patients, and I can today confirm that sex-specific language has now been fully restored to online health advice pages about cervical and ovarian cancer and the menopause. It is vital women's voices are heard in the NHS and the privacy, dignity and safety of all patients are protected." Yeah, so this is obviously a good thing, a great step in the right direction. I'm actually surprised we're heading down this road with how woke things are getting, but we've reported many times now on this channel gendered terms being removed and replaced slowly but surely, specifically around women. You know, they're trying to introduce words like chest feeding and birthing person, completely unacceptable. I mean, at one point the NHS spent £100,000 on teaching staff to be more inclusive around this sort of language. Yeah, so it's great to see that they're now adjusting the language on the advice pages. I don't know how that's going to reflect in the in-person interactions. Are the NHS staff going to abide by that? Who knows? We don't need to be heading down a road where language is being rewritten for woke ideology. We need to avoid that. Now, of course, there were other things that were addressed at this party conference. You had the classic things of the economy, inflation, tax cuts, immigration, all those things that are always spoken about and never really truly fixed. It seems like they just build up on top of each other and they get worse and worse. But it will be an interesting general election for sure. Despite this new direction the Conservatives are going down by preaching conservative values for a change, it seems like, you know, Labour are going to win by a large majority unless something drastic happens. Maybe people will vote against Labour just because they want anybody but Labour. And if Labour do get in and people think things are woke now, wait until Keir Starmer is there giving speeches and he's directing the country. Oh boy, yeah. Fun times ahead, I can assure you that. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, on all that we've discussed today. What are your thoughts on the speech delivered by Rishi Sunak? Do you think it was controversial? Oh boy. Make sure to leave a like rating as well, as it really helps out the video. As I said earlier, if you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Share this video, but until next time, until tomorrow, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, and as always, stay safe. I'm out. Peace.